stuff to get done, and the sun is setting, but I think I got a couple minutes to go over and play with the center whoop with the GoPro 7 on it. So it's getting pretty late. I thought I would just get out and get a quick flight in. It's been like a couple weeks since I've actually gotten out and played with the quads. I really need to get more time on them and do a lot more focusing on piloting. Like I want to be able to dip and dodge through all these trees, but I haven't really practiced. So while a lot of you guys are out there kind of like destroying your quads, I'm not going to do that just yet. I'm going to take my time, practice with it. I fly the center whoop a lot because I got a heck of a lot of parts. I got a whole box full of parts for this thing. But that's not really why I wanted to shoot this video. I wanted to shoot this video because I wanted to talk about the GoPro 7. Like, everybody's running out and buying the GoPro 9 right now, and they're dumping these GoPro 7s like hotcakes. I picked up this GoPro 7 like brand new in a box, 2 batteries. The guy gave me 2 cases, and I picked it up for like 150 bucks. And it usually happens when something new comes out, right? A lot of guys are going out and they're jumping on the bandwagon for the new tech. The GoPro 9 is a little bit heavier. I've done a lot of research on it. I decided not to get it. I mean, I got a GoPro Max, and the GoPro Max and the GoPro 9 are similar in weight. If I shoot in 360, it's like 5.7K. So, apples to apples, it's pretty close. I didn't think it was necessary to go out and buy another camera. And besides that, I really don't use GoPros for action camera style video. Like, I don't shoot action with them. I don't mount them on my helmets. They're just too expensive. I mean, I see a lot of guys blowing up these cameras, doing this acrobatic stuff with these quads, and that's why I kind of wanted to talk about the 7s, because the 7s are the price is coming down. Like, I've seen them on Amazon for about let's see, I think I was going to buy one from Amazon renewed, which was like $213. That was cheaper than the Osmo Action. It's definitely cheaper than the GoPro 8, which a lot of guys aren't even picking up because it doesn't have real quick, it doesn't have the replaceable lens. And a lot of guys who fly FPV, when they crash these things, they bust up the lens, and they want to be able to switch that out, which the 8 doesn't have. Still kind of unprotected on the back here, so I'm going to figure out how to cover that up. I do have a a mount that came with this quad for mounting a GoPro, which has a cover back, and I couldn't mount it on, but I just went with a basic GoPro mount with some sticky tape to hold it on, so I could switch it, you know, in and out with the Max or whatever I choose to put on there whenever I wanted to. But yeah, man, it's like these things are dropping so much in price. I might even grab another one. And I'm not even, like I said, I don't want to say, like I said, I've said in the past, I'm not really a GoPro fan. I've had GoPros, I've had 5s, I've had, you know, I think 5s and 6s. I really started liking the color profile when it came around the 7. Didn't jump on the 8. But for flying with the quads, it just adds a little bit of stability that so there's a give and take. It adds a little bit of stability that makes your video look a lot better. But the downside is if you crash it, it adds a lot more to the crash cost. So in a lot of my videos that I've posted before, if you've seen any of the videos with this quad, I was actually just flying this particular quad. Actually has a 1080 DVR system in it. So I don't, you know, it looks absolutely, I mean, it looks great, to be honest with you. I think it looks so good that, you know, I don't, you know, sometimes I'm like, why would I even want to put a GoPro on it? But it's not stabilized, so you get that little, you know, that flight shake when I'm, you know, my thumbs are shaking, you know, as I'm flying this thing around. And then, you know, when you're making any corrections, you can see every little correction in it. With the GoPro, it takes that out. If you got like a GoPro 7, a GoPro 8, a GoPro Max, the stabilization on those cameras, including, you know, the Insta360 ONE, the Osmo Action, I mean, it's just ridiculously stable. So it looks really, really good, and it doesn't, you know, take what, like for me, for my new computer, probably like 20 minutes to do some stabilization in post. So yeah, I mean, if you're getting into this hobby, I mean, I think now is the time. If you're thinking about really getting into this hobby, doing some freestyle, or, you know, getting Cinewhoop, and you want to invest in a GoPro, like now would be the time to really look into like Amazon, look into like eBay, Facebook Marketplace. A lot of people are dumping these older cameras. I wouldn't recommend going with like a 5. Like I had a 5 session, and while it has stabilization, it is nowhere near the level of what you get from like a 7 on. So I mean, it'll help, it'll definitely help, but like the 7 just does this thing where it just looks so smooth when it's going into turns, or if it senses any type of instability, it just like literally makes it buttery smooth, and that's what I like about it. Now I know a lot of you guys, I don't even know why, but I know a lot of you guys are out here putting this video from a GoPro camera into an application called Real Steady Go. And I looked into it to see whether or not Real Steady Go would work with just my regular action camera, because, or not my action camera, with my regular DVR, I guess FPV camera, the one that's kind of built into the quad, and it just costs an additional fee. Like it's adding to the cost of this hobby, and I don't really want to get into all of that. So kind of passed on Real Steady Go. I'll look into it a little bit more, because the current editing software that I'm using, I don't think it gives you like the best stabilization. It works, but it's just not the best. You have to set the parameters kind of like based on how shaky your video is, and sometimes I just pick a generic setting and it kind of does a good job, but it's not the best. But yeah, I don't know why guys are like dropping all their video footage from a stabilized camera like the GoPro 7 into Real Steady Go. But I mean, I'm not knocking it either, because it ain't my setup and it ain't my video. But yeah, man, I just want to talk about that. Like if you're really thinking about getting into this hobby, you know, the 7s are really, really cheap right now. You need to go out and grab a couple of them. Like I said, I've seen at least, like I got this one for $150, then I saw another one for like $190 with a bunch of batteries and accessories. I didn't grab it because right now I'm like kind of on the fence. I want to see what the DJI system looks like once I get it. Really eager to get that set up and see how amazing the footage is compared to analog. As you can see in my goggle view, analog can make you pucker a little bit when you're going through certain areas and it starts to black out on you. There's an area back. Not exactly sure what happened here. Dropped it in, lost at least, I don't know, 2 or 3 minutes of video. So anyway, I just want to finish this video up by saying, because it was getting long with it anyway, go out and grab those GoPro 7s. I'll talk to you later. Peace.